And we're live.
So this is not at all related to superheroes, but Kyle, I would love to hear about your recent trip.
Yeah, I had a good time, man. It was nice to like get away from my house for a few days.
Where'd you
I
go? Who'd you go with?
I went and picked up Fish from the airport, and he and I drove up to Cherokee, North Carolina.
Fish,
And
one of the high T $50 patrons. Also, he's
yep,
always hanging out in my Twitch chat. Love you, Fish.
real good guy. Picked him up, like I said, at the airport, and we went up to Cherokee, North Carolina, to the Harrah's resort. Which, like, the last time I'd been there, I was like 12 with my dad, and I think we were up in like Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge, and we just sort of stopped by Harrah's to like see what the deal was, and it
Mhm.
was super rinky dink, like a gas station sized building with some slot machines.
Is that what
This
you were
place,
expecting?
well, I did before I did a little research online. It was before I even agreed to go. It was,
Mhm.
but then I looked online and I'm like, wow, this place looks really fucking big. And they've got a Ruth Chris, and they've got like 5 other restaurants and like X amount of slot machines and 40 poker tables, etc. And but when I got there, I was even more blown away. Like, it's bigger than a Las Vegas casino because there's just one of them.
Mm.
It's massive. Maybe it's not bigger than a Las Vegas casino. It's something like 2,500 rooms, I think, in the hotel part. And I routinely got lost, like walking around the resort, I guess, between the multiple towers of hotel rooms and like the
Was
casino floor.
is there one casino floor or several?
It's shaped like a 8-pointed star or some shit. So
Simple enough.
it's like you could just wander around the casino floor forever, and it all looks the same, because so it's like I don't even know how to answer your question correctly because like I
Because
was
they
heading
did
toward the
everything in their
poker.
power to make you lost.
Yeah, it's so many slot machines and so many fucking old people playing slot machines, just fucking pulling handles and pushing buttons. Like when I went to leave a couple days ago at like 6 a.m., I was walking out of the casino and it's still full down there. And I told Fish, I'm like, they've been there all night. I was like,
Dude,
these people didn't
slot
just wake
machines are
up.
fun. I know you hate them. Kyle said that like if you gave him $20 and said you have to play the slot machines, he'd just say no, thank you. I don't wanna. Like, but I don't. I guess I'm built different because look. I recognize they're a bad investment. I recognize they're no skill. Like I could see all that, but it's still fun to me.
I would much rather go to roulette or blackjack if I'm just looking to like
I like craps.
burn some money, or craps.
Craps.
A game
Craps
like
is the
that.
best. I'm sorry. Craps has a different vibe to it than everything else. Like if you go to blackjack, be professional. Don't be an asshole. If you're playing poker, I'm out of my depth there, but there's a general like code of behavior that you're supposed to kind of maintain. Blackjack, that is the low class table. That is the one, and we're all on the same team.
What do you mean, craps?
Oh, I said it wrong. You're right.
Yeah.
Craps. Yeah.
Craps. It's lower class. It's a little more blue collar. It's a little like people are cheering. Mostly everyone wins at the same time, right? In poker, maybe I take your money, right? In craps, I win, you win. Mostly you can be that don't come asshole. You can be that guy. But for the most part, we're all on the come line. We're all hoping that this thing rolls an 8. We're all hoping this thing hits a 7 out of the gate. Like it's more fun. We're all on the same team.
I'm intimidated by the craps table because like I
me
feel
too.
like they all know like what rules are, and I don't. Like I would just have to wait. Like when it rolled and it showed the result, I'd wait and then see what everyone else did and be like, oh yeah, or oh boo boo. We don't like that. We don't like fours. Apparently,
I feel like I know the rules of craps, but the fact that I'm saying I feel like I know the rules is already an indication that there's probably something I don't get. What I definitely don't get is some of the strategy, right? Like, you put your money on the 10 or something, and then it fucking didn't do what you wanted. So the smart move here is to put a little on the yo to hedge your bet. And I'm like, I'm not that guy that knows that. But what I do like is just that, like, it's the loudest table. It's the cheering table. It's the we're all. It's you make friends and there's a group activity.
Yeah, it's a camaraderie thing. Like everyone's in it together. Whereas
I've never played craps, but I definitely see the appeal. But yeah, if I was just gonna like like Dirty had like this I don't know, this thing with like money on it from like just spending enough time there, like a rewards card type deal. And we would
Okay.
stop by a slot machine and he was like, yeah, let's just do this. And like just push and I was just like annoyed having to sit there, even looking at the lights flash because
Mhm.
it just seems like such a ripoff. And I look around and it's literally the most popular game in any casino, I believe. Like to any casino in the world, the most popular thing is the slots.
Yeah, that's the moneymaker.
It's
And
weird.
you
I
look
did.
at the people that are playing, and look, you don't always judge a book by its cover. All right, you never
You
know.
usually can judge a book by its cover. It tells you what the book's about.
That's a good point. And these books are about poverty and stupidity. These books are filled. Many of these books are in wheelchairs, and most of these books are very old.
What a bullshit phrase. You absolutely have to judge a book by its cover. How else do you know what to read?
I think
you
this is
have-
maybe the quote is before cover art became a thing. When everything was just leather bound, and everything was just brown leather.
But when everything looks like what you'd find like an ancient book with no
Yeah.
title.
Yeah, everything's brown leather. So that's why you don't judge like the rough one, because it might be the good one.
So how much did you and Dirty did you net? Did you win?
I lost a
on the
couple
weekend?
hundred. I lost a couple hundred. I had a
Total, you
rough
lost
time.
a couple hundred? Ah, that
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah. I had a rough time of it. I'm very happy with how I played. Poker's one of those games where like it you can take you can be happy with how you played, because in the long term that style of play, or like that decision making process, will like make money.
Mhm.
Because like when the money would get all in, when I would have all my money in the middle and they would have all their money in the middle, and we'd flip the cards over, I'd be like a 2-to-1 favorite to win.
Yeah.
And if you do that 100 times, then obviously I'm winning 66 times out of 100. It just so happened that every time I did it over the weekend, I lost. And it just kept going that way, to the point where like Dirty was, we're at the same table playing, and he's just like, "It is not your day." He's like that.
It's not your whole weekend, apparently.
Yeah. I would flop. Maybe this doesn't mean anything to you, but I would flop a set. Like pretty much the best possible hand
Just
that
one
you
set
could.
usually.
I
Then
don't know what that
Yeah,
means.
you can. It means that I've got two deuces in my hand, for example. I'm starting with a pair, and then a third deuce is there on the board immediately. And
Why would you flop
the,
that? Isn't that tremendous?
it is tremendous. I
You
would.
didn't say fold. Flop is something different. That's the
Oh,
first
oh,
shuffle.
The
of
flop
cards.
is the first three cards,
I
the community
misunderstood.
cards that are put on the board. So I would start with a set of deuces, for example. This happened, and I don't know. The guy raises me $10, and I make it 50, and he goes all in, and of course I call, and I look at his cards, and he doesn't even have a pair. He has 4 spades, so he's hoping that in the next
Get a
2
flush.
cards that come out, he'll get a flush, and he gets the flush. And that literally happened like 3 times. And then another time, like I flop top set, I have 3 10s, and the other guy has like 2 pair, but the next card makes him a higher full house.
Does
the
2
board
pair
pairs.
beat 3 of a kind?
No,
I
it
didn't
does
think
not.
it did.
No, it does not. But a full his larger full house, his kings full of
Yeah.
queens, beat my like
Well, a full house
10.
beats a 3 of a kind because a full house is
Sure
part and
does.
parcel of 3
But
of a
I
kind.
made my own full house when the board paired. This is getting into nitty gritty shit. What I'm saying is, like, I was very happy with how I played, but it didn't go very well. But
How
I had
was it-
fun nonetheless.
How was the rest of everything? How was hanging out with Dirty and Fish at dinner and everything? All
Really
enjoy-
good. Really good. You never know when you've been like hanging out with people online, and then you meet up with them in real life, if they're gonna like smell,
Have a
or
different energy in some
like
way.
Yeah,
like
never thought
or
about
like have
smell.
weird energy about them, or like be odd in some way, or like we were initially, there were a few other guys, I'm not gonna name any names, that were like, "Hey, I'll come, and of course, I was like, yeah, you can all come, whatever." And Scum was gonna come. I wish he'd come. But we were joking like, "Hey, what if that one guy comes and like we go back to the room early, and he's just like masturbating on Kyle's luggage or something weird like that?" And it's just like,
Pro
yeah,
tip: that's not okay.
that's not okay. No.
It's
I was like,
fine if you don't get caught.
hey, you never know, man. That's the risk you take when you hang out with strangers. But no, they were personable, cool guys. I gotta say, I like them both a lot more than I did before. Not that I didn't like them before, but now that I've met them, they're both like, I don't know, clean cut, cool, chill personable guys. We had a good time.
I know Dirty's a very, avid poker player.
That's what he does for a living.
Are you pretty impressed? Like, oh man, he's very good at this.
He lost more than I did. We both had a rough time.
Oh, I thought Dirty was way up or something.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's what he does for a living. He makes 6 figures a year playing poker, but for that day, it didn't go so well.
Bummer.
I would hate that. That'd be so stressful. All your job is gambling.
So Fish did the best.
Cool.
Yeah, actually, that's funny you mentioned that. Fish
money that he brought.
Fish bought like $200 worth of Dirty's action, so he lost money too.
Fish is under 21, so that's
it's like he's only 20, so he couldn't gamble.
That's a silly joke because that's illegal.
I don't think so. I mean, that's between them. They do whatever the fuck they want.
It also like I never knew how that works, right? If I say, "Hey Kyle, here's $10, put it in the slots," and you like slots, let's pretend you do. It's like, is that Woody's $10 that just won, or is that Woody's $10 that just lost?
You should
Well, it would be kind of complicated if like I put all the money in a pile. It works better with roulette, right? Because like at one point I had like $40 worth of chips in my pocket, and Dirty was going back to play some more, and I was like, "Here, cash these in for me. Just bring me cash back." He's like, "Sure, you don't want me to put it on a number on the roulette wheel?" And I was like, "I'm sure. I'm sure. Bring me cash back." Or nothing. Because like I want to say like picking a number. There's either like 32 or 36 numbers somewhere in there. It's like
sounds rightish.
Yeah, it wasn't going to go well.
36 plus 2 greens. I don't know.
We're not going to fucking nail one straight up.
Right. Because there's like a 16 black, right?
Pardon?
Isn't there like a 16 black, 16 red? Like on the
so like the numbers I believe the numbers go from like 1 to 30 something, 32 or 36, something in there. But it's every other number is either red or black. So it's not like there's 2 2s, 2 3s, etc.
So
I've never done that. I didn't know.
Either red or black, or then there's like the zeros are like green or some shit.
It's 36 numbers plus 1 or 2 greens.
That's why you can't beat the game by just like doubling down over and over. It's the casino still has an edge because of those green numbers.
I knew someone, this is many years ago now, that was like addicted to gambling, and like he had to stay away from any sort of gambling thing. And like turns out like addiction to gambling collapses your life even faster than like alcoholism, drug abuse. Like gambling, just all it takes is just boop, like one day and like everything can be fucked. And this guy, he talked about how much he was saving to like gamble on things, and then like he went away for a week or something. This was when I worked at the car rental place, and he came back and was like, "Yeah, it didn't go as well as I thought. Lost a bunch of money." And like after a while of pressing him, it was like he lost like $20,000.
Oh shit!
Like a serious amount of money.
Yeah, see, I could never do that.
He was one of those, like, he was a straight edge guy that's like, I don't smoke pot, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't do any of that stuff. But it's like,
dude, I make some bad decisions.
Gambling is maybe try coke.
What did Furio say in Sopranos? Bet with your head, not over your head. And he like slaps the guy. No bitch to me.
Yeah,
it's like going in there. I was like, all right, I'm gonna bring this amount of money. I consider this money already lost, right? Like this is the fee for enjoying a couple days of gambling.
A vacation cost.
Yeah, I looked at it like that, like just a vacation cost, especially since the room was free and I had no other cost other than the gasoline to get there, and Fish paid for half of that. So it's like I'm here for like $25 worth of gasoline. So I lose $500 or $600. That's what a weekend's vacation cost.
I used to go to the casino sometimes when I was younger, and I had much less money than you do. And I used to rank it against movies. Like, all right, if a movie cost me whatever $18 for 2 hours, I'm gonna try and keep my losses in that neighborhood. If I play for 4 hours and I walk out down 36, I had fun.
That was your entertainment fee.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, I did have fun. It was I hadn't played live poker in a long fucking time, so it was really fun. The dealers were funny. There was some old guys that were like, and I mean old, like one guy was a World War II vet.
What?
And it was like,
good for him.
He was like, he'd go all in, and he would just push all of his chips in a pile in the middle, and the dealer's finally like, "Sir, you can just ask for the all-in chip and put it out there. That way we don't all have to wait 5 minutes for your shaky old hands to count the chips again." Because like he'd push them all in, and then the guy he was playing against would be
Yeah,
like,
I killed a lot of people that looked like you for less.
pretty much. Yeah. There were and then
What are you,
later on, I was,
German? Yeah, I can always tell if
you
you're
look like a
German.
kraut.
You look like a crowd. Yeah, exactly.
What war were you in, sir? The war against Germany and
Well,
the Austro-Hungarian Empire.
Yeah, the
The
Austro-
What the
War.
fuck?
You know, you had the spiky hats.
The Archduke will never reign over Europe. What? I was playing like late at night. It was like maybe midnight, 1 a.m. And there was an old guy directly to my left. Oh, by the way, it's kind of cool. They have like these plexiglass dividers at the casino. So like everybody's like in a little bubble. And so I liked that a lot. And obviously everybody's masked unless you're like sipping your coffee or whatever. And this old guy to my left was falling asleep at the table. And this like pretty attractive like Russian or something dealer, she's like, wake up, wake up. She's like snapping in his face, like, wake up, big blind, big blind. And I'm just like, I was loving it. She was like ruthless as could be with this guy. Like she was like, sir, it's your turn. She's like, wake the fuck up. She's like snapping right in his face. And he's just like,
What would the rule be if he had died? Would it be just remove him from the game? And like,
if he dies,
who do you give the chips to?
well, it's a dead hand in that case. So whoever else is in.
A dead hand.
But it's not like Airbud rules where it's like, oh, he died during the hand. Everyone gets his chips.
I guess we turn the cards over, and if he wins, you know, maybe we push him into his pile. That seems like the right thing to do, frankly. I mean, like if
Smash his dead old face right in his pile of chips.
yeah, I guess we wait for his family to get there, and they get his winnings. I wouldn't want to steal from a dead man. Like I guess we'll just if he wins, he wins.
It's the
But
easiest.
if he can't call another bet, then we're gonna fold him out, of course. Like can't make decisions for the man.
Oh, well, I guess it wouldn't be that fun if someone died at your table then.
No, it'd be entertaining though.
It'd probably be
There was one guy that Dirty's like, oh, that's my friend right there. That's Alan or whatever. Alan's walking by. He's like, yo, Alan, come on, try to get a seat at our table. And he tells me, he's like, Alan's great. He's a wild man. He's always entertaining. Like 5 minutes later, I hear someone yell across the room. Alan's storming past us with his money in his hands. He's like, they're kicking me the fuck out. They're kicking me the fuck out. And Dirty's like, what for? Because I called the guy a fucking cocksucker.
Okay, that guy rules. That guy's. It's a shame you couldn't have hung out with Alan.
In my defense, he was giving me a blowjob.
Yeah. He got pissed off at somebody because he
would have
kept
known
losing.
exactly how the entree and side system worked at Ruth's Chris. He would have bought asparagus and broccoli, $26 on
so
sides. Yeah, the asparagus is great. Like when you get restaurant asparagus and you eat it like with your steak, it's like, man, I should be eating asparagus every meal. This is so good. And it's not until you make it at home that you're like, oh, that was just in a butter bath before they brought it to me. It
came with béarnaise sauce. I don't remember exactly. I've made béarnaise before, but I honestly don't remember what's in it. I'm pretty sure it's just like eggs and like.
It's basically fancy mayonnaise.
Yeah. That's. I was gonna say like egg. I don't remember exactly what's in it. I think maybe lemon juice or something like that. Anyway, it's fucking amazing. It was so fucking good. Yeah, so I had a good time. It was super nice just to get out of the house and go somewhere. And I felt super safe there with the mask regulations. They were super strict with the masks. Like nobody was like maskless throughout the whole thing. Everybody had it on almost like 99.9% of the time.
It's still so funny. You guys live in areas where like people don't wear the masks. Like when I see things like, oh, people aren't wearing masks and they're being confronted. It's like, really? That's astounding because in St. Louis, like you might think because it's Missouri, but like I haven't seen anyone.
It's rare.
The most
it's rare here.
Going under their nose, and I don't really fucking care. Like, but that's it. Like I never see people walking around in like Walmart, Target, CVS, Walgreens without.
Walmart is the exception. If you go to Walmart, you will absolutely see people not wearing the mask.
I have and I don't. Like, it must be
Here.
better around here.
Yeah, here you absolutely will see, because like I don't go to Walmart often, but I had to go to the Walmart pharmacy a few months ago, and I was just like, oh my fucking god, these assholes, because they check you at the door. Hey, you got your mask on? Yeah, I do. Come on in, come on in. And as soon as I get in, they fucking either take it completely off or go like chin mask or whatever the fuck. They just do the douchiest thing
Pull
they
it down
can,
like the upper lip.
or even just like below their chin, like it's a fucking chin bra or something like that.
You know what I found, Woody? You were talking to, or you weren't complaining as much as me about glasses fogging. So I have like, you know, the KN95 masks.
I know of them.
Like,
yeah,
they kind of like stick out like in front, like they're pretty rigid.
better.
Those ones are way better at not fogging up your glasses. But the best one at not fogging up your glasses is just like the cloth elastic one.
That might be what I use. I don't wear glasses very much. I just wear them at the computer. So
that's what's so weird about meeting you again, re-meeting you every time, is like, this isn't the Woody I know. I don't like this. This is different.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I didn't wear my sunglasses at the table. It just seemed kind of douchey anyway. But
Why not?
But so I didn't really have that issue.
Why wouldn't you do it? Like, isn't that great for
at the table?
For poker tactics?
I think for like douchey people and like people on television maybe. But I was definitely gonna feel like a douchebag if I was wearing sunglasses at the table. Plus, like,
enough.
What kind of fucking aces am I playing against that are playing $1, $2 Texas Hold'em and are like looking into my eyes and gleaming something from them? Like,
they're gleaning info from your eyes.
If my opponents at that table are gleaning info from my eyes, then I've made a major error by sitting at this table to begin with.
Yeah, they deserve to win at that point, right?
If they can look into my eyes and know, then they deserve to fucking beat me. I'll just give it to them. So yeah, completely silly. I thought it would be brighter in there for some reason. That's why I was wanting to wear them, but it was, it's pretty dim.
Make it comfortable.
They had a like an esports room there, like where you could go and play like CS:GO and like a bunch of different esports games on gaming computers. That was neat.
Was it a money thing or just a?
I think it wasn't like competitive for money, but you had to pay to play. Like it was like a amount of money per hour. Basically. Yeah, exactly. It was like a super duper modern arcade, essentially. Yeah, like they had fucking gaming PCs with headsets and shit, and people playing like competitive CS:GO. Never seen that before.